Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? So, we are in Rattlesnake Valley, and we have been granted an exclusive first look at version 2, which is being released soon. I don't know exactly when it's being released, but it is being released soon. So this is where we start off on the map. I have already been on here, as you can see, by the 4.3 million... Well, I've got euros up there at the moment. We shouldn't have euros. There's a glance at the map. A few things have changed since the... dollars, there we go. Since the first map was released, he's added in trains and made a few other changes. There's one working sawmill now, rather than a few. And... trains are quite a big change, and there's a few other bits and pieces as well, but generally I'm planning to do my time-lapse series on this map, and we'll be starting sometime in the next few months. Not exactly sure when. It'll be when we wrap up the Goldcrest series, but I went and notified something on my shoe that I was planning to do a time-lapse series on this map, and he has very, very generously let us have an early access look, so that we can just sort of take a wander around the map a little bit and see what's what on here and see some of the new stuff and some of the details and everything. And so far I've had a bit of a wander around in this bit here, and we haven't dropped below 60 frames. I'm leaving my frame rate counter up in the corner. We lost 2 frames a second there. How awful. So here's the main yard, and we've got there's a couple of sheds back here. Now, I'm not actually sure if these are just solid walls for tipping grain and stuff like that, or if you can actually make silage in here. I don't know. I know that there's a biogas plant, and you can go up to the biogas plant and you can make silage. We've got, I'm assuming that one of these is, yeah, refuel here. So we've got a fueling station there, so I can press R and I can refuel. Excellent. We've got various buildings throughout. There's a lot of buildings here. And let's be honest, the size of this map, I mean, look at this map. You don't really get an idea of the scale of this map just by looking at it and just by having a look around here. We've got some small machinery here. Let's jump to the next one. So we've got our tractor here. We've got a small combine. We start off owning field 12. And you can see field 12 there. That's ploughed up. And you start off owning field 15. There's a long one there next to the farm. Next to the town, I should say. Yeah, great. Ideal. You don't really get a solid feel for this map just going on that. So what we need to do, hang on, put that on the small. Here's our combine, another tractor. These are all back at the main yard, by the way. The water tower over there. Now, I have a purple car here. This one is over on the side of the map. You'll see on the right hand side of the map, field 19 and 20. These are the 2 smallest fields. Now, obviously on my time-lapse I don't run with the ground mod because it gets very bouncy. So I don't know how much of this is because of the ground mod and how much of it is just because of the track and the surface on it. Yes, I'm driving through the field. We are having a quick look. This is the smallest field on the map, 19 and 20. These are the 2 smallest fields in the map. They're huge, right? That's just a little idea of the size of it here. Let me just back up here a sec and leap out here, get an idea of the cost. Right, this one here is $150,000 to buy the smallest field on the map, right? That gives you a bit of an idea of the scale of this place. We're going to go and take a quick look up here. We've got to get out of the field first. Oh, no, it's up there. I thought maybe I'd missed the turning or something, so we won't come through here. Oops. All of the hedges and the fences and everything, they've got full collision on them, which is absolutely fantastic. You try and drive this car at speed down these rough tracks, it doesn't go well. It really doesn't. This is the mod, the Mustang mod, and it's a really great one. It does 100 miles an hour. 100 miles an hour. It's an insane amount of speed that you can get out of this thing. You've got a little yard here. You've got a couple of yards. It was a tiny little field there. There's not very much in it. You've got a small yard here with... I don't think there's very much here. I think this is mainly just like some machinery storage in this bit up here. There's a few cows there, but those are static models, not animated models. It's not the actual cattle pen. And if we the forestry... Oh, hang on, I've gone the wrong way. The forestry bit is through... Well, not all of the forestry bit. Some of the forestry bit is through here. It's kind of difficult to get to. And, yeah, you sort of got up next to field 21 here. You've got a whole load of tracks and stuff like that go up alongside it. So if we bounce our way along the lane here... There we go. Come bouncing through this bit as well. Cross the road. And I think you can head up this way. Can you? Oh no. See what I mean? It's really easy to get lost as well. You've got all sorts of stuff here everywhere. And because it's all like fenced and enclosed in, it's not like the standard maps at all. In the standard maps, if you want to get around somewhere, it's quite easy. You just kind of cut across fields. You cannot do anything like that on this map. It is you cannot be cutting across fields. It's not a possibility. It's not an option. You ain't going to be doing it. You know what? Let's just go for a quick drive around the outside of the map. I'll keep the map on the mini map extended there. So we're going to we're only going about halfway. It's going to take us right to the very top end of the map, and then we'll drive along the top end of the map as well, just so you can get an idea of the scale. I'm going 100 miles an hour here. Let's drop that one down so it's a bit smaller. You can still see where we're going. Look at these fields. This is just madness, I tell you. Hang on. Easy does it. Where's the buy point on this field? Oh, it's up in the top corner. Alright, we'll go up to the top corner and we'll see what that one's like. We will go over to field 22. Left hand, top left hand side, field 22. It's the biggest field on the map. It's ridiculous. I mean, utterly ridiculous. The size. I went and looked at a mission in that field, and it had sunflowers in it, and I put a regular header on it. It was an estimated, I can't remember, I think it was estimated 840 minutes. That's 14 hours to complete the mission. 14 hours, right? This field will cost you $1.4 million. Estimated time for this mission is 207 minutes. So a little over 3 hours. That's all. It's not very much, really. But that's only a small field. That's small fry. Small time stuff. Field 27 over there. Let's just time it a minute and see what we're like. We're going to drive from one side to the other, all the way. And the best way I can think of to time it is if we... Let me just bring the map to the smaller scale. And I'll get rid of the help screen a second. If we dial up the time scale to 60 times, we've now got 1 second per minute. And when it reaches... Hang on, let me back up. Right to the very corner. There we go. So this is the very edge of the map. So when it reaches 10, we will go. Okay, so we've got 20 seconds. 20 seconds, I can have a quick look at the map here. So field 22 is the biggest. I've got some other vehicles parked next to some significant places on the map that we can take a quick look at in a minute. I'm not going to spend ages on this. You cannot do a quick look at this map, right? It's physically not possible to do a quick look at this map. A detailed quick look. Right, here we go. Go. Right. Full speed, all the way. Let's see how long it takes to get right the way across the top end of this map. This is nuts. You can't do a quick look at this map. It's just not physically possible to do a quick look. If you want to, even if you just want a quick, like have a glance around every field and go along every road, you're going to be here for an hour, right? It's going to take over an hour. Now we're driving 100 miles an hour. And the default machines, they normally drive... Oh, I think the pickups, they'll drive at like 60 miles an hour, is it? And the trains, they go like 50, 60 miles an hour, something like that. Not very fast. So this one, still going. Still... This is insane. Oh, I'm so looking forward to doing the time-lapse on this map. This map was made for a time-lapse series. I suspect, though, in order to be able to cover this map properly, because we do like to go and buy everything on the time-lapse and stuff like that, we're going to end up taking a good 6 months to get through this series. Yeah. Right, so if we can go 100 miles an hour, and now we have got to the very end of the map, let's spin round and we're out. Right, so we're looking at 1 minute and 15 seconds, thereabouts, maybe a tiny bit more, in order to get all the way across the map. right? That's just once across the map. Now, if we're using lorries laden down with goods, lorries or trucks, or wherever you're from, however you want to call it, it's going to take a lot longer than that. So, yeah, transport is going to be a major issue. You're bringing stuff in from the outside edges. It's just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I love this place. I absolutely love it. Right, let's move to the next one. So here we've got, and I'll show you where we are on a little map if you have a look. We're sort of right in the middle. Actually, I don't know where we are. I'm looking for me, and I can't see me where I am. Oh, there we are. Milk cell. Right. If I press escape, I'll do it on here. Right, we are underneath here. It's not actually showing us, but we're underneath that bit. We're on the milk cell bit. We're near the sugar beet factory, and this is a milk sale point. Just bring that one down a bit smaller. So you've got a point here. I'm assuming that this is where you sell stuff. Let's just bring up the... Yeah, there we go. I'm assuming that's where you sell the milk. And I don't know if you have to bring the milk there, or if you've got the option to bring the milk there or take it elsewhere. And if you have a look round about, I don't know if there's anything else around the back of this one. Oh, we've got gold nuggets on the map as well. You could find 100 gold nuggets, although I suspect it would take a very long time to actually get your way around all of the gold nuggets. Just because of the massive, phenomenal scale of this place. It's fantastic. And is all of these different building models that are in it. This one is very reminiscent of one of the buildings in FS13. Very reminiscent of one of those buildings. The golf club up the top. I don't know if anybody remembers that from the default map. I used to love that place. And you used to go up there and there'd be a little golf cart. So you couldn't tab into them, but if you went up to them and you pressed E, you could drive the little golf carts around. Here's the sugar beet factory. You bring your sugar beets over and you put them in this bit here. Absolutely brilliant. I've never played on a map that has got a dedicated sugar beet sell point. That is fantastic. I don't know if there is a train point that you could bring over. And of course, yes, we are going to try this. We can't get very much of a run-up onto this one. Maybe it'd be better if we went the other way. But still 50 miles an hour. That's not bad. One thing we don't have yet is the train circuit marked on the main map. So we can't see where the trains are on the main map. Right, let's go to the next one. Here is the animal sell point. Bring up, and you can see I'm flashing there properly now, where I should be. Not far from where the milk sell point was. You got the animal sell point. The cattle are just to the north of me, and then you got sheep just down here. So let's go and have a look at the sheep first. And it's fortunate that at least for the cattle and the sheep, the sell point is quite close by. The pigs, you've got to go a fair bit further. I haven't actually been over to the pig pens yet and taken a look, but I have had a look at the sheep, and I bought a few. I put the money cheat on this map just so that I could buy a load of stuff and take a good look around. And if we come bombing through into here, there's various sheep pens, and that is where the sheep's wool turns up. I haven't put anything in for them, but we do have sheep here. Put the map down to slightly smaller. Plenty of sheep wandering around. It looks like, because they haven't moved at all, it looks like the sheep they sort of stay on that bit there. But you've got quite a sized field here for them. The one thing I like about this map is you don't need to go into the sheep area and get to do your mowing and that. You can do the mowing wherever you like. No, I don't want to be. I want to buy sheep. I'm going the wrong way. It's just because I was scrolling the mouse button in the wrong direction. So let's get a load more sheep in here and see if it changes the counts of the models. There we go. $500,000 worth of sheep. And it doesn't change the counts of the model. We've got a few extra come over this way, but this half doesn't really get touched. But that's okay. You wouldn't even need to go in there. Not in the slightest. So let's take this one and we'll go up to the cattle. If we come out this way, turn here and then turn right, we should go straight north, and the cattle are just at the end of this road here. And there's little details just around the map. There's just these little tiny models here and there scattered around the map that are absolutely fantastic. I love them. There's one in particular I'm going to show you in a minute. This here is the mixed feeder. I don't know which way round you put the stuff in. I'm not sure which one takes the straw and the hay and the silage, but there's your mixed feeder. And so you will be needing that one. I bought a load of cattle just so that we could take a look at them. You've got a silage clamp down through here. Big old silage clamp there, which is enough. There's an old broken down lorry there, or truck. And you've got various... There's the cattle field in there. Come up through this side. Another standing area here you can do stuff with. You've got the cattle are in that area there. You've got another small field here. We've got a couple of small fields, actually, and you can do sort of whatever you like with them. There's an old cement mixer there under the tree. So you've got these few sort of smaller fields so that you can, when it's early on, you can do a few things with it and get your cattle set up without having to spend an absolute fortune on machinery in order to really kickstart it. So it allows... like the field is close by to the cattle, and it's small scale, so that you're not overwhelmed by the whole map to start with. And that's a really good sort of point to make about this map, is that it's got this potential for the most ridiculous expansion that you can think of, but at the same time it's also got the capacity for doing things on small scale to start with, so you can build up so that you don't get completely overwhelmed by everything to start with. This, what I'm driving through now, is just open grassland, right? So this is free to use. You go and mow all of this down, turn it into silage bales and sell it. You'll be able to buy pretty much anything you want, because as we all know, silage bales sell for a decent amount of money. You can get a decent amount from those. Now we've got another sell point up here, and just come in through... I've gone in the wrong way, haven't I? I need to go to the other side of it. So we'll have to go all the way around now. Down here. No, can't go through there. Come up here a little bit further. Ignore the stop sign. Come on round. And here we go. So we've got a sell point in here. Nicely laid out. The few little details and everything around it. Straight over the sell point there. And you've got room to move around in here if you want to. You don't actually need to use this ramp, but you do have a loading ramp here, which is pretty cool. And before we leave this car and go on to the next one, I'm just going to see what we can do with that loading ramp. Of course we are. You know we're going to do it. It's just the sort of thing that you have to do. So, go on. Go, 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 go! Oh, I would have cleared it beautifully then. Still, that was fun. Next one. So, that's the one that we already looked at, isn't it? This one here. Ah, yes, that's what I wanted to look at. Look at this. It's an old, burnt-out wreck. Someone has come round a corner way too fast here, and it's been an absolute disaster. Now, by the look of it, this is a fuel tanker. Oops. Can we stand on this? Oh, no, you can't. But yeah, this looks like it was a fuel tanker that has ruptured. Well, I don't know, or maybe it was a milk tanker. I kind of hope, for the sake of everybody around here, that this was actually just a milk tanker and not a fuel tanker. But that is an absolutely fantastic little detail that has been added to this map. So much stuff here. Now, if we come down to the south, a little bit further, there's like loads of pallet things. The sawmills, there's factories. You can make pallets. You can make pallets for all sorts of different items. Think this is something to do with making seed pallets, although I've genuinely no idea how it works. This is kind of something that you would need to experiment with and take a look at. It was definitely something about making seed pallets somewhere, but I don't know where and I don't know how. I've no idea how you would do it. So let's just take a look in here and see if maybe there's a control screen or something like that. I might not be here. It might be somewhere else. I might be thinking of the wrong location. Up here, there's nothing there. What about in here? Is there a control thing? No. Right, so there was something about making seed pallets on this map. Although I've no idea where you would go to make the seed pallets. I've still got it on fast time, haven't I? So it's getting late. So we'll go a bit faster on time, and we'll run through the night. So I'm not quite sure what this location is for. But anyway, we've got the railroad mill close to us here. So we're going to run over there while it's dark. And I've gone completely the wrong direction now. So I want to come back this way here. I want to come bombing down here. We've got a fuel station right there. Everything is lit up for the night. Nice lights on it all. Looking good. And we've got a... Oh, that's one thing I've noticed. With these Mustangs, they're very low to the ground. And you can't drive at speed across any railroad crossing with a Mustang. They do catch on the track. That's the only sort of niggle that I have noticed about anything on this map, is the fact that a Mustang will catch on the track. But if that's the only... I mean, that's the only issue I've been able to find. And I've been looking around. I have been looking to see if there's any other things that I could report back on, but nope. Can't find anything else. It just seems to be that one single solitary thing. I think that we've got in there a pickup point. What's this back here? We've got a crane here. Trying to drive. I'm going to get off of the vehicle. We'll go up here. We've got a crane here for wood, and I'm not sure what all this is. It's pitch black now. I can't see anything. So let's go and take... We've got the tractors, combine, tractor. That's one car we've looked at. We've looked at. This one here is the next one that I want to look at. Well, it's the last one, actually. What we've got here is... The doors have all closed. Those doors were open when I was here last. Do they open now? They were definite up. I guess. Oh, maybe they only open at night. At night, during the day. They might be actually limited on the time that they open. But I don't know what exactly this plant is for. But that's a slurry icon. That's pig food there. So I'm guessing that maybe you can get pig food from it. But I'm not quite sure how you get pig food. That is a milk icon. And there was something back here somewhere. A control screen that I was looking at. You got fuel here. So I don't know what all of these things are for. I have no idea. I'm assuming that there is a real purpose. Here we go. The big lit up screen here on the wall. Soybeans, water, fuel, liquid manure, milk, and pig food. Those are closed. Those are open. What these are for, I really don't know. I don't know what you do with them. It's the milk works. So I'm guessing obviously you need the fuel to run something. But what else you get from these, I'm not sure. Maybe it's you put the liquid manure in and you get pallets of fertilizer out or something. Milk, pig food. Yeah, see, no clue. Not a clue. Don't know what that's all about. But it would be nice to find out. We will find out once we start sort of looking through the map and everything that it's got on offer. Incidentally, this is right next to the shop sell point. I'm over here. And this is the actual shop right here. And Morgan's Massive Motors. Absolutely brilliant. Get a load of stuff. There's quite a big area here that you can buy all of your new machinery. You kind of need it because you do get some massive, great big machines. And I'm kind of hoping that the really big gear, when you buy it, it doesn't get... Actually, we'll test that. We can test that right now. Let's go and get a big combine harvester, shall we? We'll buy that one. That's the biggest one. Select. Buy. Yes. Being purchased and back out of there. And where's he put it? Right, see, because it's quite a big machine, the cars, when I got them, they were placed down in here, but in there. But the combine is placed outside, away from the rest of it. So there's one more thing that we want to do now. I've shown you all where I had all the cars sat. Trains. We got loads of trains. Wilting is actually currently turned on this map, I think. Right, just while it was getting used to the train, I did have a slight frame rate dip there, but I've not really noticed it. He's put 3 trains on this map. Absolutely brilliant. You've got a few mills dotted around so that you can fill up with various products. And you drive at 50 miles an hour around the map with this train on. It's... yeah, it takes a while. It really does take a while to get round the map. It is brilliant. It's amazing. Keep going. And... oh! Another train. I forgot that I parked this other train here. So Apparently you can... He's done it so that you don't accidentally smash the trains up, which is... Yeah, I'd say that was a really, really good idea, actually. We'll pull this one up. There's another track right there. So you got 2 trains on this track here, unless it's all on the same track anyway. I'm not quite sure what this barn is for. It might be another settle point, it might just be decoration. Not quite certain. You've got a storage shed for the trains here. This is down in the lower left-hand corner. You see near where the sheep... I don't know if you can see my flashing icon down there now. But you've got 3 separate tracks there where the trains can store, and then they can move out. I really... oh, and this is brilliant. Whenever you bring the trains along, you've got the signals going on all of the roads. They're all the way through. I've been round. It takes ages to get around on the train. It really does. It takes a very long time. One thing that you should note is that you can use overloaders. All the normal overloaders will work with the trains. So say you're working that field right there, which is field 11, you can come out to the edge and overload straight into the trains to cart the grains away, which is absolutely brilliant. A lot of the bigger fields do have railway access, which does it really does make a big difference when you're doing things. I don't know what the storage capacities of these big sheds are, these big mills and that are. I would assume, until we're told differently, let's just assume that they're the same as in Goldcrest Valley. Those ones on there, they're 500,000 litres on each one. So we'll just assume that it's the same volume as those. Let's go on to the next train. We've got one... Oh no, I already did that one. I'm going the wrong way, cycling through my stuff. And we've got a sawmill here, although I don't know if this sawmill is active. I think this is something to do with pallets. You've got an actual sawmill, McLean biogas plant between field 1 and 3. Below that, there's a sawmill. But if you look in here, you've got a screen right there. And it's not actually doing anything at the moment. It did have stuff on it. Well, if you look at the help here, it's got Brennstoff, holes. I don't know what holes and Brennstoff is. I've got no clue. But then you've got wood chips and you've got board woods. I'm assuming that it's logs and wood chips. That's my assumptions. Oh, we've got a gold nugget right there. But you've got some places to tip. You've got a place to tip right there. And I would guess maybe that's wood chips that come out after the manufacturing process. And then you've got another station there. You've got a station here. I don't know if this is where you drop logs off. So I'm not quite certain what goes on here. However, I do know that you can make pallets of boards and then you can load them on the train. And you've got a loading platform right here. So you've got logs on this train. Which means that the flat one, there's some with the flat cars on. And if you go to the ones with the flat cars, has this got flat cars on it, or is this just the logging stuff? You've got wood chips here. Can't back out any more than that. But that one is all for logging. So I would assume that the other one, yeah, that one's got flat cars on it. That one does appear to be for the wood chips and stuff. Don't know what will happen if you try to do this when there are items on both trains. It might get messy. No idea what will happen there. I'm hoping that it kind of wouldn't do anything, but probably would. There would probably be something quite disastrous go on with that. Right, I thought, well, oh, what's that over there? There's more wood chip stuff over there. There was, I think we had a look at that place. I'm going to try and... we want to try and find, as one last look... I cannot get around everything here. It's like I said, you can't do a quick look at this map. It's absolutely enormous. The sheer scale of this place just beggars belief. It completely sort of boggles the mind. I mean, where would you even start making something like this? This is incredible. Oh, it looks like Field 4 might be a little bit smaller than the one that we were using. I thought Field 19. We've got Field 4 right up here. This one's a really small field. Want to come up this way, I think. Yeah. Come down through here. And we got Field 4 right there. That is a little small field. That's small by anybody's standards. Right, let's have a look in here. This Is this... Oh, no, this isn't the sawmill. The sawmill's down the end. That was the sugar... That's the sugar beet factory there. We want to take a look at the sawmill. We've got the biogas plant, and I'm going to have to call it quits. This is supposed to be a quick first look, and this is turning out to be anything but quick. Over here. Gently go across the railway so that you don't completely destroy it. The car, that is. And here we have a sawmill. So you've got a wood chip sell point right there, as you do in the standard maps. And then come around this side. I would assume that's a log sell point over there. And we don't have a pond, so there's no pond to tip the logs into. So you've just got to unload. Now, of course, the question is, when you bring the logs over here and come whizzing around this bit here, come belting up through here, how high is that sell point? Have you got to physically unload logs to be able to get them to sell on that point there? That was a question that we could do with answering. So we'll find that out when we do get stuck into the map. Obviously, I'll be doing absolutely every aspect of this game on this map, probably several times over. And lastly, we're going to take a quick look at the biogas plant. That is right here. Here. So, we do not have the ability to take a quick look around the whole map. It's just too big. The scale of this place just beggars belief. It's phenomenal. I am so looking forward to playing this. It's being released to Modhub, this version now, with the trains and everything, and it'll be a few weeks after that that we try to make a start on it with our time-lapse series. Until then, go and take a look at the one that's released now, right? You've got the same map. I wouldn't start a new save game on it now, because this one is being released, it's being uploaded to Modhub, and this will, because it's had so much reworked on it, it will require a new save game file. Something on my shoe has already said that. So yeah, take a look at it, take a good look around, plan out what you want to do. It'll need planning, right? Look at this place. It's phenomenal. And have a look, if you want to get another idea, look at all these sell points, right? General store manure, Cliff Hill Farm slurry. There's places all over, right? You got loads of sell points. It's yeah. When I try to sum this map up, I basically I got the whole of the English language at my disposal, and nothing really fits. It's amazing, incredible. So yeah, I really, really am looking forward to playing this map, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it as much as I am, because I can't wait to get started on this map. It is going to be amazing, right? Look at this, a tiny little meadow. You look on the scale of the map, a tiny little meadow opposite the biogas plant, so you've got a little bit of grass that's free of charge that you can use to start with, okay? Look at the size of this thing. This is a tiny little meadow. If we just took the little side-mounted Pottinger mower on a small tractor and put it in here, we'd be hours mowing this stuff down. It's huge. It's amazing. I haven't been this overwhelmed by a map before, ever. Right? I've been thoroughly impressed with some maps, but this one has absolutely knocked me for six. The attention to detail over such a massive scale is incredible. It's amazing. And yeah, you've got this is, as far as I'm concerned, for any larger maps, this is now the measuring bar by which all other maps will be compared to from now on. Okay, anyone wanting to look at starting a new map, this is what you need to look at. This is what you want to achieve. Okay, this is, if you're looking to produce a map, this is the kind of thing that you should be aiming to achieve. If you can do even half of what has been achieved on this map, you'll be well on your way to producing a very good map. What do we got on this one? $1.4 million. 5 hours to plant that field. I don't think so. I think we'll give that one a miss. So, if you've enjoyed this episode, please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.